The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Hey, thanks for supporting our channel by watching and listening.
Morning and welcome to the show. It's RED Friday. Remember, everyone deployed. We hope you wore red today. Thank you for joining us and supporting our troops.
We begin on the tracks, rails stretching beyond the horizon. Each tie a memory, each rail a promise of where we might go. In the early years, our first logo appeared, a pioneer stepping onto the platform of possibility. Through seasons of growth, change, and challenge, we moved forward. The whistle of opportunity sounded, and we boarded the train of time. The view changed with every mile, some stations brief, others lasting. Our logos changed too, not just emblems, but mile markers of evolution. Along the way, seats filled with teammates, mentors, veterans, and friends. Some stayed for the ride, others stepped off, leaving their legacy on the rails behind us. And still, the journey continues. The tracks ahead stretch into the unknown, familiar yet full of new promise. What matters most is how we travel, with purpose, with grit, with heart. Because the journey matters, the movement matters, and the legacy of those logos, every year, every show, lives on in the rhythm of these rails. So here we are once again, all aboard. The whistle blows, the tracks call. Together we ride. We are the H-Train Show, showing veterans programs beyond the VA since 2015. H is in the building now.
Let's go!
Are you ready for the H-Train Show?
It's coming live.
I took the oath. 20 years I gave my soul. Sandstorms, fire, a roadside blast. Everything I knew shattered fast.
You haven't seen nothing yet! Woo! Woo!
Drowning in turmoil, 15 meds, mine in a haze. Living felt like a permanent death. Still standing strong and proud. Crushed by war, but I won't stay down. Voice of the broken, thunder in my chest. With the freedom fighters rising from the wreck. Parents pulled me from the edge of night, pushed me forward back into the light. Ski boots on, carving through pain. Found my fire on that frozen terrain. Said I was too old to beat the race, so I trained like hell, put them in their place. From slurred words to a podium stand, yeah, I'm racing with lightning in my hands. Still standing scarred and proud. Crushed by war, but I won't stay down. From Kokomo to Olympic slopes, we're the freedom fighters born to cope. Now I take the mic, not a rifle. Broadcast truth, yeah, that's survival. Paralyzed, but still I lead. With every word we plant a seed. Still standing, warriors loud. Can't break us, we screaming proud. Not wounded, we're on the attack. Freedom fighters, and we're taking it back. Freedom fighters, yeah, yeah. Keep rising.
Freedom Fighters! Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It is August 7th, 2026, Red Friday, and ladies and gentlemen, to my left, my guest co-host. Her name is Hannah Hitchcock.
Hello.
She comes on here. She's like, you know what? Maybe I should stay over here to the side until my segment. I wasn't really prepared for a co-host. I'm like, you got this. You got this. You got this. So Hannah comes from her originally. She comes from Utah, and she works at the Butterfly Pavilion, which that is who our interview of the week is today. And Hannah Conda also does radio. Well, she did radio. She kind of put that in the past.
I'm a retired radio person.
No, you say retired like it's not ever going to happen again. It might happen again, you know.
Yes, I would love to. I mean, I'm here today. So.
Yeah. And did you have you said you had a podcast.
Well, so I did one show. We called it The Invisible Co-Host, and I would pretend to interview people, but it was myself doing different voices.
Really?
Yes. And then we did I was on the promotions team, so we did like a fun ticket giveaway show too.
Okay, this is gonna be fun. She's not prepared for this. I know already. But what happened? There.
You got to be careful with your cord, H. You're probably just pulling your headphone cord.
Oh. Okay.
I do that to myself on Wednesdays a lot. So
okay, so my ears might be going out. All right. Okay, so
get your hearing aids, old man.
The first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna do mail calling. Since you do voices, I'm gonna let you read the mail calling on your voices.
Okay.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. It is mail call.
Attention mail call.
Oh my God!
Welcome to Mail Call, your soldier spotlight, powered by WorkSimple, highlighting those who serve and inspire.
There you go.
Go ahead.
So I read that?
Yeah.
Okay. In a different voice?
Yeah. Let's hear
Okay.
this. Yeah.
Today's spotlight is on Vietnam veteran Richard Nichols. Okay, now I'm going to talk normal. An Army veteran from Michigan whose service was finally recognized more than 6 decades after he answered our nation's call. Richard Nichols was drafted into the United States Army in 1965 and deployed to Vietnam. Like so many young men of his generation, he didn't ask for recognition. He simply answered the call. While serving in Vietnam, Nichols wasn't on the front page of history books, but he was doing work that was absolutely essential to the mission. His unit built bridges, roads, and airstrips, the infrastructure that kept troops moving and supplies flowing throughout the war. He also performed demolition work, clearing paths, and supporting combat operations whenever it was needed. When asked about his service, Nichols didn't seek attention or praise. He simply said, sorry, it's covered.
Oh, my bad.
Our main object was bridges, but we did roads and laid airstrips and everything else. That simple statement reflects something many veterans understand. Sometimes the biggest contributions are made quietly without expecting recognition, but after returning home, something important was missing. The medals Richard Nichols had earned during his military service were lost over the years, and like many Vietnam veterans, he never pushed to replace them. In fact, according to his fiancée, Judy Morris, he wasn't even interested in pursuing them. She was. For years, Judy searched through military records, filed paperwork, and hit one bureaucratic roadblock after another. Every time progress seemed possible, another obstacle appeared. But she refused to quit. Eventually, she reached out to Congressman John Moulinar. Is that correct?
Your guess is as good as mine.
His office, and together they were finally able to locate the missing records and confirm Richard's earned decorations. On July 29th, 2026, at the Albert Schiffer VFW post in Mecosta, Michigan, Richard Nichols finally received the medals he had earned all those years ago. Among the awards presented were the National Defense Service Medal, the Vietnam Service Medal with Bronze Service Star Achievement, the Republic of Vietnam Campaign Ribbon with Device, and the Marksman Badge with Rifle Bar. Should I keep going?
I can do it now. When Richard was handed those medals, his response was humble. He said, "I didn't even know I'd get them. I never knew it." That one sentence says so much for many of our veterans, especially for those who served in Vietnam. Recognition wasn't something they expected. Many returned home to criticism instead of gratitude. Some never talked about their service. Others packed away their uniforms and tried to move on with their lives. Congressman Malone, she pronounced it better than me, reminded everyone at the ceremony that honoring veterans is about more than presenting medals. It's about showing future generations that service matters. It's about making sure history remembers those who answered the call. And perhaps the most touching words came from Judy Morris. She said the medals weren't just for Richard, they were for his children, his grandchildren. And for the legacy of his service, sometimes recognition comes late, but late recognition is still meaningful. Richard Nichols' stories reminds us that every veteran's service matters, whether they served on the front lines, built the roads that kept others alive, or quietly did the jobs that made the mission possible today. Military Broadcast Radio proudly salutes Army veteran Richard Nichols. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your sacrifice. And thank you to Judy Morris for refusing to let his story and his earned honors be forgiven. I'm H. Train, and this has been your Soldier Spotlight, because here at Military Broadcast Radio, we believe our veterans, every veteran, has a story worth telling, and together we're giving veterans a voice. And with that being said, for all those veterans that have traumatic brain injury, and you're waiting on this, you're waiting on an award. Keep fighting. Don't be discouraged. It will come. It will come. Trust me, it will come, because unfortunately for traumatic brain injuries, they okayed that for the Purple Heart like later on in life, so for those that have been hurt or even injured overseas during that time, just keep the big fight coming. It's coming. Top news story for today. This is kind of a sad one. Good morning, everyone, and we are today's top story. We're talking about a story that reminds us why leadership matters and why listening to our service members can literally be the difference between life and death. The United States Navy has announced a major change to its transfer policy following a tragic murder of Petty Officer Third Class Angela Rendiziza. I think I pronounced that right. She was just 21 years old. She served her country with honor, but according to reports, she repeatedly raised concerns about the individual who would later be accused of taking her life. Her story has sparked difficult conversations throughout the military about whether warning signs were missed, whether more could have been done to protect her. As a result, the Navy is making changes designed to give commanders more flexibility to transfer sailors when there are credible concerns involving harassment, stalking, and domestic violence or other threats. And ladies and gentlemen, that is our top news story for today. It is that time, and I need to make you a little video, HG. But ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. It's the HG report.
All right, weekend sports report coming up here. Got a busy day around the country with some sports. We're going to start in the WNBA. Last night, Tight one between the Indiana Fever and the Las Vegas Aces. Chelsea Gray hit 2 clutch threes, one to force overtime after Caitlin Clark missed 2 free throws, and then the game winner to lift Vegas to an 86-84 win. So huge win for Vegas as they're trying to keep pace with Minnesota for that 1 seed race. Also, on some other news, there's going to be 3 new expansion teams coming to the WNBA by 2030. They're going to be in Cleveland, Detroit, and Philadelphia, and the Cleveland Sirens are going to be the first team entering the league in 2028. Over to Major League Baseball, we had the Battle of the Sox last night. The Red Sox extend their new win streak to 8 in a row after Caleb Durian's RBI single scores Nick Sogard to defeat the White Sox in a 13-inning thriller, 12-11. We're getting a little bit of a reality check for an LA Dodgers team that felt unstoppable. They have now lost 6 in a row, swept in back-to-back series against arguably the 2 hottest teams in baseball right now, the Red Sox and the Chicago Cubs. In some NBA news, Pablo Torre, the great sports investigative journalist, has uncovered another undisclosed sponsorship deal in the whole Kawhi Leonard scandal. This time it was a multi-million-dollar deal with the company who was responsible for installing the Clippers' new $100 million video board in their brand new Intuit Dome. Daktronics, a high-level anonymous source within the company, said it was, quote, 1,000% away for the Clippers to funnel money to Kawhi to circumvent the NBA's salary cap. So, as of now, though, Kawhi Leonard has still not been suspended for the upcoming NBA season as the NBA continues its investigation there. And then we had our first look at the NFL last night as the Hall of Fame game kicked off. We were celebrating 5 new Hall of Fame inductees going into this year's class. Quarterback Drew Brees, who led the league in passing yards 7 times. Running back Roger Craig of the 49ers, first player to record 1,000 yards rushing and receiving in a single season. Wide receiver Larry Fitzgerald, who spent his entire career with the Arizona Cardinals and had more career tackles than drops. Linebacker Luke Kuechly, who spent his entire 7 years of the year. Defensive player of the year. 5 first-team All-Pros and 2 second-team All-Pros. And then the most clutch kicker of all time, arguably the greatest kicker of all time, Adam Vinatieri. Only the 3rd kicker to ever be inducted into the Hall of Fame. In 24 years of play, he made an NFL best 599 field goals, including the game winners in Super Bowl 36 and 38. Some notes from the Hall of Fame game. We had 2 really impressive performances from rookie quarterbacks. 3rd-round pick Carson Beck threw for 188 on 15-19 passing and a touchdown. A little unknown Cardinals receiver Jalen Brooks recorded 99 receiving yards on just 3 receptions. But the star of the game was undrafted rookie Haynes King for the Carolina Panthers. He threw for 180 yards and 2 touchdowns and ran for another 39 and a touchdown. So just showing off that great dual threat ability that made him such a force in college. And he actually had the game-winning touchdown down 3 points with 2 seconds left. He took off from a collapsing pocket, scrambled, and dove across the pylon as time expired to score a touchdown and win the game. So great, meaningless preseason game, but we really got some great football. That was a lot of fun. And then a few other NFL news stories. We're seeing a running back renaissance. Before 2026, Saquon Barkley was the only running back making over $20 million annually. But now with contracts being handed out before the start of the season, Bijan Robinson, Jonathan Taylor, and Jahmyr Gibbs all join him after their big-time contract extensions. Jahmyr Gibbs, now the highest-paid running back in NFL history. And then Aaron Donald, the 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, eyeing a potential comeback. Maybe. He was seen yesterday working out at the Los Angeles Rams facility. An already stacked defense could be getting one of the most dominant players of all time returning to the field. That is your sports report.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Hey, and you know what? I got to add this real quick. Before I came into the studio, I saw a TikTok. So this guy, I guess, He's been playing in like Japan League and all these other things. His name is Boogie Nights. He actually did a TikTok directing it towards the Cleveland Browns, trying to get like a tryout. The reason why I bring this out is because Denver Broncos, they're doing a tryout now. Or no, it's not a Denver Broncos and the Denver Nuggets. They're doing open tryouts. What is your thoughts, HG, on the open tryouts? I think it's a fantastic idea.
I mean, it's good. Yeah, it's a good way to just get people to maybe you can maybe find some diamonds in the rough. I mean, or at least give guys a chance to showcase their skills. I mean, there's not really a great chance that you're going to make one of these professional sports rosters, but again, it's more tape for you to put out there. So it's mutually beneficial for everyone involved. You know, sometimes you do find the guy that you can get to come off the streets and he can join your team and make a difference, but as rare as it is, but at least they get to put some tape out with a professional sports team and, you know, maybe find their way to a lower level league here in America, right, or something international as well, and give them another opportunity.
Now, before we go any further, I could not forget everybody that's tuning in on TikTok. How are you today? Thank you so much for joining us. We got MJ in the house. Joy, I found out why you didn't get your shirt yet. It got caught in the conveyor belt at the post office. So it was returned to sender. They're getting ready to send it out. So that's your update for that. We have Amber that's in. Amber is really liking you, Hannah, because you're giving her a day off.
Yay.
Yes. And before we go on break, one of the top news. Do you Hannah, do you like Whoppers, like Burger King Whoppers burgers?
Oh, my grandpa loves Whoppers.
Check this out. If you send a text message, well, we can get that information if you really want. But right now, until the 14th of August, if you send this text message to this number, you get a free Whopper. They're giving out free Whoppers until August 14th. So.
All right. I mean,
I have no idea why, but just throwing it out there. So, with that being said, we're going to cue the music and we are going to go on our first music break. And when we come back off of that music break, we're going to be hitting the WTF moment. And, you know, I was trying to find like the hook, kind of like teaser or whatever, but I guess when is it okay to sue somebody, and when is it okay not to sue somebody?
Oh, boy.
Is it to be or is it not to be? That's what confuses me. We'll be back, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, you're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HJ Show on the station that's letting our veterans be heard, MBR. Stay with us.
Between our toes by men who crossed oceans and came back close. They didn't talk much about the hell that they saw, just tipped their hats and lived by the law. We learned early on, you stand or you fall, carry your weight or you don't stand at all. From a hard day's work, no time for lust, showed us what a man is by what a man does. We weren't raised quitters, suck dust, bent steel, learned to take a hit before we learned to feel. Don't be freedom's foe. That's how it goes with the Boomer Boys. With the Boomer Boys. She's learned which way the river really flows. Yeah, smart enough to always peek downstream. Hard lessons not every generation knows. Work through sickness, sweat, broken bones. Didn't need a lot to stand on our own. Punched the clock, brought a paycheck home, clothes on, our kids back. That's how love was shown. We don't go looking, but we won't back down. Threading what's ours and up in the ground. I'll be freedom's foe. Don't bring my family woe. You've never known pain like the kind you know. When you make a good man bad, take his peace away, turn a quiet life into a judgment day. It'll be fun, we won't run, cut you down without noise. That's how it goes with the Boomer Boys. Yeah, with the Boomer Boys. Oh. A homegrown sleeper cell, quiet and still, protecting our kids and paying our bills. Leave our culture alone, let a flag fly free, or suffer the storm from every color and creed. Raised by wolves from a harder time, depression, grit, and a war-born mind. They didn't show love like we do today, too tired for our time. Just go out and play. Don't take my freedom, don't threaten my kin. You'd rather take a wolf's kill from its den, or slap a rattlesnake to see what it do. You'll get bit either way, and that's all on you. Our fathers were hard men, they suffered and lost, built tomorrow from nothing, no matter the cost. Knocked down many times, but got back in the game. They showed us the way, then gave us the reins. Don't be freedom's foe. Don't bring my family woe. You've never known pain like the kind you know. When you make a good man bad, take his peace away, turn a quiet life into a judgment day. It'll be fun, we won't run, cut you down without noise. That's how it goes with the Boomer Boys. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, songs of silence, steel and scars, raised in the shadow of old war stars. And if that call comes, you won't hear noise, just a rising stone of the Boomer Boys. Oh!
The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Hey, thanks for supporting our channel by watching and listening.
All right, everybody, we are back. It's about 30 minutes past the hour, and you know what that means. It is time for the WTF segment. Bam!
The WTF.
You know, everybody seems to like that.
It's funny.
Respectfully, it says here, Ohio opened their first Buc-ee's April 6th of 2026, and you try to go after a small business? Oh, their beaver resembles ours, and we have the money, and we're going to try to walk in Ohio because we just built our new spot, and we don't want nothing that resembles a beaver at all to be on anybody's logos because we have the money. Man, kiss me. This business has been here for over 20 years. The owner said, from my boy at the Cincinnati Enquirer, David said, this guy is literally using his store's money to pay for his kids and make sure he can provide. And y'all making millions and millions and millions of dollars. And y'all trying to take away from a small business because y'all greedy than a mother. is absolutely crazy. Oh, he has a beaver. His beaver don't even got no clothes on. Y'all's fully dressed. He's still trying to get up to go get a shirt and some pants and shit. But y'all trying to stop him from, his blessings. That's crazy. And this is in Ohio. We stand up for each other. Ohio for life. This is absolutely bullshit. This is absolutely bullying. Y'all just got in Ohio a couple months ago, damn near, and y'all trying to sue because, oh, y'all caught wind, or yo rich-ass peoples or somebody that work in HR probably drove by like, oh, there's a beaver. Let's sue a small business. It's disgusting and crazy. It be the richest motherfuckers trying to get over, like, what? A small business, and they say they don't even have gas pumps or anything. He just has a local store that people go get their shit from, and y'all trying to take money out this man's pocket because he has a beaver? You know how many beaver logos are around the world? And it's in Beaver Creek, Ohio. That's why it's a beaver. He is in Beaver Creek. They probably got hella beavers out there. Buc-ee's. I used to beaver nuggets and y'all pulled pork or whatever. Y'all sandwiches are phenomenal. But we can't respect that, though. We can't respect it. Y'all ain't shit. And with that being said, everybody need to go to Beaver's Mini Mart and go shop and support them. And I hope Buc-ee's lose their suit because y'all greedy as and this is absolutely disgusting. How dare y'all?
Come on, Bucky.
It would have been better if he just dropped the mic, kind of thing, But I don't know. What do you think?
Honestly, I didn't know Bucky's logo. I think Bucky's logo doesn't even really look like a beaver. I mean, other than the teeth, but it has like kind of a thin head.
Right?
But also, I think, yeah, it's just because it resembles a certain animal. I don't think they have a lot of grounds to stand on for that.
This is what I think. I think that it's and I think what started the trend was Crackle Barrel. Remember that that happened? The Crackle Barrel logo, I mean, that thing blew up. Like their business, everything it just blew up. I think in this day of an age, it's so hard to get positive attraction, positive news that people are thinking, well, shit, if I can't get positive attraction, I'm going to get negative attraction. So they're suing these people just for like advertising. That's what I think, It would make sense, because it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense for them to, sue somebody. But I mean,
they're going down the all PR is good PR
right?
approach.
Exactly. Well, I mean, okay, so like initial, if it's a good attorney initial, you're talking about like $5,000. With as much as it's blown over, blown up, the videos and stuff went viral. Everybody's all upset, blah, 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 blah. And I guarantee you, if you went to Buc-ee's today, like, it might not be packed, but there's still got, people, and I'm planning maybe at the end of the month, or maybe next month, the CEO will come out and say, you know what? We had a change of heart, we're sorry. And then, all that commotion, then they'll have commotion about them, them changing their mind, kind of like Crackle Barrel. That's what I think is going on, because it is kind of ridiculous. It really is. But it's a cheap way of advertising, $5,000, lawyer thing. I mean, we just got, so when there's elevators in some buildings and they have like a TV in the elevator, we even have one in this building, and we bought some ad stuff just the other day, and I mean it's $70 just for that little thing. Ads are really expensive, and if we had enough money, I would sue Disney for saying, "Hey, Donald Duck, well, hey, why is he wearing a towel when he doesn't even wear pants?" Kind of thing. Why is that? Do you know, Hannah? Why is Donald Duck wearing a towel and he has no pants? That's the question of the day. So we can sue them for that. Yeah,
and I think it's kind of hard to have original creative logos or ideas because there's so many things out there.
It really is. And like, I love AI. HG, he's the generation that hates AI. And I told, we were creating some stuff, and I told him, I'm like, well, if you don't want to use AI, try this method. This is what I do. Ask AI for like a suggestion, and then you craft it, mimic it, kind of thing. Because AI is, to rich people, like their marketing director and stuff like that. Because rich people that own businesses that are far off, they have they have like a team. And, they don't know how to do the marketing. They don't know how to do this. They know how to like, supervise kind of thing. So for us poor people, we have AI. But yeah, what do you guys think? Those that are listening, do you guys think that the same as me as this is all just a publicity stunt, and unfortunately,
I mean,
there's a lot of
it's got to be. I just like they can't really think that they have like that. Like a judge would seriously hear this case.
well, and see, and that's the thing that people need to realize is like you can do a lawsuit, right?
Mhm.
Lawsuit maybe costs like $4,000 or $5,000 to do initial. All right, you don't have to follow through with that lawsuit. Like here in 2 or 3 months, like that lawsuit could be dropped. So I really do think that they're going to drop, but it's
Well, I think the beavers look very different from each other too.
yeah,
They don't
do.
resemble each other.
Well, doesn't the beaver Bucky's? Doesn't he have a hat? This like I said, this beaver has no hat whatsoever at all. I don't
know.
know.
His whole body, but Bucky's is
That's
just
true.
like a head, or I guess
Right.
like shoulders up.
Yeah, it's just yeah. Humans are greedy, makes me sad, and what? That's one of the things. Humans are greedy, but I think it's a bigger picture. I don't think it's being greedy. I think they're just doing it as a publicity stunt. Bucky's is already pretty popular. Why they would do that, I have no idea. But it is what it is. So, with that being said, we're going to go into our next segment. It is the day. Drop the date.
Today in history.
All right, drop the date. The date is August 7th, 1782. What happened today in history? The birth of the Purple Heart. Well, it's back to exchange. It's time once again where we take a look back at the moment in history that still impacts our lives today. During the Revolution, on this day, Revolutionary War General George Washington established what is known as the Badge of Military Merit. Now, that may not sound familiar at first, but eventually it evolved into one of the most recognizable military decorations in American history, the Purple Heart. At the time, Washington wanted to recognize soldiers who displayed exceptional courage, fidelity, and meritorious services. Hey, I pronounced that right. I get a gold sticker. That was pretty much radical idea in the 1700s. Most armies reserved recognition for officers or members of nobility. Washington believed that ordinary soldiers deserved recognition too. In fact, he once wrote, the road to glory in a patriot army and a free country is thus open to all. Those words still carry weight today. The original badge of military merit wasn't a medal at all. It was actually a small purple cloth heart sewn on a soldier's uniform. Only 3 Revolutionary War soldiers are known to have received before the award quietly faded into history. Then nearly 150 years later, Well, in 1932, on the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birthday, the award was revived and redesigned as the Purple Heart Medal. We recognize this today, but its purpose has changed today. The Purple Heart is awarded to members of the United States Armed Forces who have been wounded or killed as a direct result of enemy action. Unlike many military decorations, you cannot earn a Purple Heart through recommendations or nominations. You can't campaign for it. You don't ask for it. It is awarded because someone paid the price in service to our nation. Every Purple Heart tells a story. Some stories end with recovery. Some stories involve years of rehabilitation. And for as far too many families, that medal arrives because, well, their loved ones just never made a home. When you see someone wearing a Purple Heart, remember that behind that medal is a sacrifice that changed a life forever. Purple Heart also reminds us that freedom has never been free. Every generation of Americans has had men and women willing to stand in harm's way for people they would never met. Whether it was the Revolutionary War, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Desert Storm, Iraq, Afghanistan, or countless other conflicts like Iran. That tradition of service continues. As veterans, we often understand that sacrifice in a way many people never will. Some wounds can be seen, others cannot. Physical injuries often heal with time. Invisible wounds sometimes takes much longer. But that's why it's important that we continue supporting our veterans, active duty service members, and military families, not just with words, but with actions. That's a key word, with actions. We don't see that very much that often. At Military Broadcast Radio, that's part of our mission every single day. Giving veterans a voice, creating community, and reminding people that no one has to fight their battles alone. So today, as we remember August 7th, 1782, let's also remember George Washington's belief that honor belongs to those who serve with courage and sacrifice. The Purple Heart isn't just a medal. It's a symbol of resilience. It's a symbol of sacrifice. And it's a reminder that cost of freedom has always been paid by ordinary Americans who answered an extraordinary call. Thank you to every Purple Heart recipient and to every military who has ever carried that bird alongside them. I'm H, and that's your drop the date for August 7th. Before we go on break, because it's about that time to go on break, me and you we were talking earlier, about what's up with the dogs. My daughter, actually, we had a daughter-dad heart-to-heart talk the other day, and she was like, well, you're kind of weird. And I'm like, what? You have an unhealthy infatuation when it comes to ducks. And I told Hannah Conda the story. May 22nd, 2022. I'll never forget that day. I woke up after trying to take my life and it didn't work. God wasn't ready for me, and on the shelf, I was Ernie one year for Halloween, and I had the rubber ducky, and I looked at that. That was the first thing that I saw when I woke up, and I thought about it, and a lot of people don't think about it, but a tornado, a tsunami. I mean,
Tsunami.
So yeah, there we go. All right. Yeah, just call me Swedish Chef. I butcher everything, and that's the true mascot of MBR because it symbolizes resilience. everybody can say, oh, it's funny, it's cute and it's funny, but there's a meaning behind it. That's the reason why we give the ducks out, because I don't want a veteran or first responder ever being in the situation that I was in, where, I thought my troubles, I thought they were permanent. I didn't realize that, sooner or later, those troubles, those problems would fade away. And when you're in that time, when you're in that area, you don't think about it. You don't. And you don't reach out, because hell, that's the reason why you're in where you're at, is because, nobody's reached out to you, Unfortunately, sometimes, people call you when they want something or when they need something. They don't just call you and say, hey, Hannah, how you doing? I thought about you. I was sitting in the duck, So when you see a battle buddy, or you think about a battle buddy, just reach out to them. Like my friend did, Tim. I hadn't talked to him in a while, He reached out, hey, what's up, And a lot of people don't reach out to me because they see me every Friday, so they know that I'm alive. But, think about that. Think if they're not on Facebook or they're not doing social media, if they're pretty quiet, those are the people that you want to reach out. Because unfortunately with social media, we always post the good stuff. We never post the bad stuff. Think about that. And today that is, your drop of the date and your WTF segment. It is that time. We're going to go on a little bit of a music break.
Before we go,
yes.
I know we're backtracking a little bit, but
Yeah.
I did want to I didn't want to cut off your momentum, but I did want to share this comment from Tim, which was pretty funny as well.
Okay.
Just going back to the WTF, if you can see it on the screen.
I couldn't tell that Bucky's mascot was a beaver. Someone
That's
had
what I
to tell
said
me.
too. I didn't know it was a beaver. It looked like a rodent with big teeth.
Right? That's funny.
Maybe a gopher.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Okay. All right. Well, everybody, we're gonna go on a music break, and you know what? We're gonna go kind of couple song music break since our guest is already here for that interview. And Hannah Conda says that she has a quiz. So if you think that you know about butterflies and insects, if you think you're smart, if you think you're smarter than a fifth grader, stay with us. We have the phone lines open. We'll give some prizes for some answers. So whatever you do, stay with us. Don't go away. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the H-Train Show on the station. That's Letter of Veterans. Voices Be Heard, MBR. Stay with us.
Well, if I die tomorrow, you will remember me. And did I do the right things in life? If I die tomorrow, you will remember me. And did I do the right things for my family? Always under pressure, now I stare it at the sun. I'll ride these wings to heaven, what I did is what I've done. And if I die tomorrow, would you come visit me? Wipe off my headstone, maybe rake some leaves, place some pretty flowers and get down on your knees. Maybe say we miss you, then come back another week. Never take for granted your time on this earth. Live each day like it's your last. Love the ones you hold dear. Oh, well, if I die tomorrow, you would remember me. And did I do the right things in life? If I die tomorrow, you would remember me. And did I do the right things for my family? And did I do the right things for my family? right things for my family. But if I die tomorrow, yeah, who would remember me? And did I do the right things in life? If I die tomorrow, yeah, who would remember me? And did I do the right things for my family? Always under pressure, now I stare it at the sun. I'll ride these wings to heaven, what I did is what I've done. And if I die tomorrow, and if I die tomorrow, would you come visit me? Wipe off my headstone, maybe rake some leaves, place some pretty flowers, and get down on your knees. Maybe say we miss you, then come back another week. Never take for granted your time on this earth. Live each day like it's your last. Love the ones you hold dear. In the day when everything that was made was brought to life by American soul. Promises kept and differences made to keep alive a dying trade, 'cause we believed hard work made it so. Sworn to the black to keep safe our way of life and how we're raised, 'cause we're not gonna lose what we stand for. The black, and we're never looking back. You may never like what I do, or all the ways I make it through. Well, I'm not gonna change, and you don't have to stay. Welcome to American Made. West was won, battles were fought, and wrongs were done, but we stand on the right side of our hearts. And though things look bleak, we'll never run. We've all stood fast to face the gun. Our lives have pledged to prevent tyranny start. We are guarded in the back, and we're never looking back. You may never like what we do.
since I'd seen his face. Not much had changed, just a different time, different place. When I shook his hand, I knew something had changed. This was a different man from the one I knew back then. That's when he said, "Where do they go?" Yes, I stand in line and watch the flag wave and bright. You see, this is what I do. Yes, I bleed red, white, and blue. He told me the tales of his journeys far away. 3 times gone and land most only see on the front page. With honor and glory, he stood so tall and fought for you and I, so we could be free from it all. That's when he said, "Where do they go?" Yes, I stand in line and watch the flag wave and pride. You see, this is what I do. Yes, I bleed red, white, and blue. Where do they go? Yes, I stand in line and watch the flag wave and bright. You see, this is what I do. Yes, I bleed. This is what I do. Yes, I bleed. Oh, this is what I do. Yes, I bleed. Red, white, and blue.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Hey, thanks for supporting our channel by watching and listening.
Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, on this August 7, 2026, Purple Heart Day, dedicated to all those soldiers, all those veterans raised their right hand for that blank check given to the United States to honor with their life. And it's that time, ladies and gentlemen, my favorite time. It's the interview of the week. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today it gives me great honor to present Anaconda. She might be here again doing a podcast or something. We were talking about that. So,
Hello. How are you?
I am fantastic. I want to tell you that me and my wife and my granddaughter, we went to the Butterfly Pavilion last weekend, and I was kind of astonished. I was expecting just butterflies, but you guys have a kind of a variety range of insects and stuff. So that was interesting.
Yeah, that's like a common misconception people have. I mean, our name is Butterfly Pavilion, but we have multiple exhibits. So we have what we would call terrestrial invertebrates. And for those who don't know, invertebrates are animals without backbones. So that's going to be spiders, scorpions, beetles, shrimp, octopus. It covers about 97% of all animal species.
Jellyfish, right?
Yep, jellyfish.
Hey, I that was a guess. I didn't really know. Okay.
Yeah. So, you can think of it, they just don't have bones. And
Right.
so we have our terrestrial exhibit where it's animals that are on land. So that's where some people might recognize Rosie the tarantula, one of our animal ambassadors. We have Hercules beetles. My personal favorite are leaf insects. So they just look like little leaves.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then we also have our aquatic exhibit. So another one of my favorites are called sexy shrimp.
Okay.
Because they're these little shrimp about the size of your pinky nail, and they wave their tails as a way of communicating with each other.
I think I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
It looked like one of those like electric ball things or whatever.
Mhm. Yeah, they kind of like glow up, and that's where we've had octopus in the past. You can pet a sea star or horseshoe crabs over there.
And I think the gentleman that the whole he had his computer he was talking about. I think that was where you could pet them in like the water. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, which is a cool experience. You like grab your knuckle, and it's just kind of a way of interacting with our animals. We like to pride ourselves on having those up close interactions.
Right.
So same with the butterflies, they're free flying and you're not supposed to touch them, but if they land on you, it's okay.
So I gotta ask you, what have you always been like a fan of butterflies? Like what possessed you to try to get a job at the
Mhm.
Butterfly Pavilion?
Well, because as we talked, I had a background in radio and like promotions. So I've always loved animals, but
Mhm.
I wouldn't say I was like a fanatic with bugs. And then when I got the job there, I mean, with my position, I'm always creating content around them, and you really quickly get I say desensitize them for people who are maybe afraid of bugs, and you really start to have this understanding for them as animals, which is a big part of our mission is educating people about them and kind of showing them that what you think is maybe just a spider that you would kill, they actually have, some of them have like personalities, and
Oh,
they're very
really?
important to the environment, and I think they're cute.
So can you have bugs like you said bugs have personalities?
Yeah.
Can you have a bug as a pet?
Yeah, so they're actually very popular, I would say, in the pet trade. So a lot of people own tarantulas, scorpions.
Well, I knew that. My
praying
my
mantises.
daughter really likes that. I hate snakes. She loves that stuff. So
Yeah.
I totally I was like doom beetles or like worms. Like, do people actually have those as like pets?
I would say those are not as common.
Okay.
But like people keep isopods, so that's what we would think of as like roly-polies. Or
Okay.
they keep them in their tank because they help keep the soil healthy, and they're really good like additional animals to have in like your tank.
So how long have you worked at the Butterfly Pavilion?
I've been there for about 2.5 years.
2.5 years, and I've always learned that like you can read anything in like books and get an education, but like the hands-on, like what is the biggest thing that you've learned with your 3 years
Yeah.
that you've been there?
I mean, I would say a big thing that that has changed in my life. I mean, I talk to people, our zookeepers, a lot about bugs. I do research for our posts. So I learn a lot on my own, but also it kind of opens up a whole world around you. There's a term called bug blindness, or maybe you've heard like plant blindness, where when you're not aware of these things, you're not seeing them. And the more I learn about them, you just go for a walk and you notice everything around you. There's so much life around you that you weren't really aware of before. And I feel like it's something that's contagious. So, like, friends around me that were the same way, just from me talking about it to them, it'll be like, they'll send me pictures. Oh, I saw this butterfly today. Or, oh, what kind of bee is this? A big misconception is a lot of people think of bees and they think of honeybees. When you take the time to look, there's so many different kinds of bees. There's bumblebees, there's digger bees.
So not all bees do honey.
Mm-mm. Pretty
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
I didn't know that. I know that not all cows do milk.
Yeah. So there's over 1,000 different species of bees in Colorado.
Wow. Okay.
So they each kind of have, a lot of them might be solitary, so they live in the ground. There's leafcutter bees where they cut. That's when you see like little cuts in leaves. Those are from bees. So they're all great pollinators. And our like honeybees, they're technically not native, but our native bees, they might specialize on a specific flower. So that's why it's really important to be planting different flowers in your garden.
Interesting. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've never been like really like into the butterflies or into the insects and stuff, but you know, it did teach me something when I went there last weekend. And you know, when you was talking about how, you know, since you've been working, like you look at things a little bit different now. You know, you're a little details of different things when you're just, you know, walking about. And that's kind of how it is with when I get out of the media school, because now whenever I watch a movie, you know, I'm like, oh, that's B-roll. Oh, that's a widescreen. You know, like I can't really enjoy the movie much anymore because I notice all these like details, you know. And one thing that, you know, I've noticed in like movies and stuff, like they have these like B-roll to where, you know, you show the person on the phone and then they have like the display of the phone over here so you can read what they're doing. And I'm like, well, what is this called? And they're like, well, it's just, you know, it's just another form of B-roll. And I'm like, oh, so things keep on changing, and you know, you keep on learning stuff. So it's incredible. Now I got a question. Now my next question is, when it comes to the Butterfly Pavilion, do you guys have like a secret menu? You know, like, you know, you go to In-N-Out, they have like a secret menu that you have to, hey, I want this, but it's not on the menu. Do you have something like that? Do you guys have like a...
Joel, I don't think you're supposed to eat the insects.
Well, no. I mean, like, you know, like, I know you guys have military discounts. You know, do you guys have some programs that maybe we're not, you know, we don't know about? Or maybe you guys have something like when we went Saturday, there was a guy that was on a computer and he was, you know, letting everybody know, hey, here's this. He was teaching. Do you guys have seminars or anything like that?
Yeah, so I mean, with your general admission ticket, we have stuff where we have like butterfly releases every day, and so you can learn more about a butterfly's first flight, and kind of see them enter the conservatory, we do leafcutter ant feedings, so you can see a colony of ants start to basically devour plants. And
Wow.
they're actually farmers, so they're not eating the leaves, they're taking them back to a fungus chamber where they farm these leaves and they eat the fungus. But more recently, we actually just started a new program. It's called Behind the Web Tarantula Experience. And so this is a paid private experience, but it's a 30-minute guided thing where you get to basically learn like whatever you want and everything that you kind of can learn about tarantulas, or
Oh,
it's a
wow.
good starter for tarantulas.
Okay.
And so we have baby tarantulas that are like this big. I think they're adorable. You can look at tarantula molts, so it's kind of learning more about the anatomy of tarantulas. We have other species back there, so like the Goliath bird eater, which is a very large species. And then you also get the chance to hold Goldie the tarantula, similar to Rosie, but she's a different species. We call them cousins.
Oh, yeah.
And that's like a huge way that we've kind of made a huge impact in Colorado with that program, is teaching people to maybe not be afraid of spiders. And when you have one in your hand and they're really light, I describe it as feeling little Q-tips on your hand with
Right.
their and so a lot of people have memories of Rosie before, and that was our version of bringing the program back in a more sustainable way where our tarantulas aren't having to work as much. And you really get to learn a lot about them. So
Okay, so you have these tarantulas and like the insects and everything named. So my next question is, do you guys have names for the butterflies?
no, not for the
Okay.
butterflies,
'Cause
but
that would get confusing, I think.
yeah, and it's hard because they're free roaming, so it's
Right.
kind of hard to track them. But we do, for a pretty decent amount of them, we have stickers on them, so they're numbers.
Oh,
And when you visit, it invites people. You can take pictures and basically log. You submit it to a database, and it helps us track their lifespans and things like that. So, what a lot of people don't know is butterflies only really most species only live a few weeks to a few months.
oh wow.
Yeah, and but through that program, we had one that lived to 11 months, which is a lot longer than their
It's unheard of.
lifespan.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That that kind of makes you think about, when you see a bug around the toilet or something, don't kill it or don't flush it around the toilet. Now I'm going to think twice before doing something like that.
And there's little ways. I mean, you don't have to be an expert. You don't have to necessarily know what the species is. But for example, with bees, when you look at one, you could think, oh, is this one more fuzzy? Is it yellow and black? Is there color variations? Is there orange on the butt? Is there whatever? And that's just like a quick way of just starting to notice that diversity of bees.
Now, other than people having allergic reactions, is there a bee species out there that is like really, really poisonous that could kill you if you don't have an allergic reaction?
Not that I can think of. I mean,
Okay.
a lot of animals, I mean, obviously there are ones that have strong venom, but
Right.
most animals are adapted to have venom that they really only need for their prey and for eating. So
Okay.
they don't really need something that can kill a human. They need enough that might immobilize a beetle or an ant. So I would say like generally I don't want to just say all bugs that you're safe around,
Yeah.
but most that you're going to interact with, it might hurt, but you're going to be fine. Unless,
Okay.
of course, you have a severe allergy.
Right. Okay. And and you said that you had some quiz questions today. I didn't know if you I forgot to ask you, other than like the hidden menu that we was talking about, is there any history behind like the Butterfly Pavilion, like how it got its name or anything
Yeah.
like that. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we opened in 1995. So last year we celebrated our 30th anniversary. We are the first AZA, so Association of Zoos and Aquariums, the first AZA accredited nonprofit standalone invertebrate zoo, which sounds kind of like a mouthful, but we specialize only in invertebrates. We don't have tigers. We're not an extension to a zoo. So that's what that means. And AZA accreditation is basically a recognition that we are meeting like the highest standards of animal care, research, and kind of like experiences with the people. So it's kind of like the gold star of zoos and aquariums. We started, in 1995. A big part of our initial mission was had something called the Bug Mobile.
Okay.
So that was an outreach program where we brought our animals to K through 12 schools.
That sounds cool. You guys don't do that anymore?
No, I mean, so we do that, but not as a bug mobile. It's like we just go to schools and organizations, and that's our way of bringing it to the classroom.
Right.
We also do field trips and stuff. And then we got our AZA accreditation in 2014. So we also have, throughout those years, we opened our garden spaces. We had our Water's Edge open, which is our aquatic space. And we've done a lot of research projects that have started and continued since then. So we have a long history of essentially bringing our mission to life, which is fostering an appreciation for invertebrates, educating people on what they are, and just kind of making that impact in Colorado and spreading that joy and appreciation for these animals.
I wonder the and if you're just tuning in, we're talking to Hannah Hitchcock. We learned Hannah Akonda. She works for the Butterfly Pavilion. She's the what would you call it? Your marketing director?
I'm the marketing and communications
There you go.
coordinator.
Okay. And it's recently in like the last couple of years, there's been programs that help veterans beekeeping, and I didn't think about that. Do you think that, working at the Butterfly Pavilion, I don't know if you have any veterans there, but do you think that it's possible that that could be an outlet and it would kind of calm veterans down that deal with the PTSD, not only, dealing with their, disability, but also, hey, I'm working in the Butterfly Pavilion, no stress kind of job. Do you think you could get that from handling the insects?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have a large staff of volunteers. And so some people, they're retired, some people are neurodivergent, and it's kind of a way for them to connect with people and connect with the animals, and also kind of learn more, develop a new passion. So it kind of helps give purpose, it helps bring connection. And I think also just with the animals, it's a fun thing to do. If you aren't wanting to like volunteer, we also have sensory friendly afternoons, which might be a good step just to visit. I think just being around nature can be very therapeutic, and kind of what we were talking about, like it helps you appreciate the nature around you by
whenever I get a phone call from a veteran or anybody, it doesn't have to be a veteran, and they're having a bad day and stuff, the first thing that I tell them is to go outside and touch grass. Like sometimes to get away from the bad vibes, you have to get out of the environment, and like, it's a tragedy, that we've had these like fires and stuff in Colorado, but I don't really look at it as a tragedy, because to start new or to live life better, you have to start from the ground up. You have to new beginnings kind of thing. So that's the first thing that I tell any person that I talk to that's just having a bad day or anything. Get out of your environment, go outside, just do something, even if it's just like a walk around the block. Because I know that, when it comes to like walking, I'll sit there and I'll, give myself excuses of, why. And then when I start, pushing myself to go around the block, I'm like, oh, and then I just keep on walking, But yeah, I really appreciate you coming in. Now, I don't know if that's all the questions that I told you I was going to ask, but I do want to give you some time to do the quiz and stuff.
Okay.
If we have listeners and viewers that think they know about insects, HG, you're going to keep track. And when we say that they win, we'll send you some swag. Hopefully, it doesn't end up like Joy's polo and gets stuck at the post office conveyor belt. So, all right, here we go. I'm gonna be over here.
So I will say 2 of these questions are aquatic.
Okay.
So, okay, do you want to start with ants, cuttlefish, jellyfish, or scorpions?
It's totally up to you.
Okay. Newly born scorpions live where? A, under their mom's stomach. B, in an underground burrow. C, on their mom's back. Or D, in their parents' basement.
I know this one, but I want to give any viewers a chance first. I'm pretty sure I know this one though.
Yeah.
Anybody got the answer? I'll rip it.
I thought they were in like their parents' like stomach.
Well, how would they... Like a pouch?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because if you like stomp on a spider, which I've done before, like the little, so I'm like, oh, it's great.
I will say it is very few species of spiders that have the babies on their back, or if you step on an egg sac, but that might be a hint for you.
We do have an answer. Timothy says that they live on their mother's back.
That is correct.
Oh, he gets the bell. Good job, Tim. I'll be sending you some swag here.
Yeah. So also known as scorplings, newly hatched scorpions are very vulnerable because their exoskeletons are still soft. So to stay protected, they climb onto their mother's legs and pinchers before settling on their back, where they remain until their first molt. So if you look up a picture, you just see a bunch of little baby scorpions. Sometimes it's hard to tell even what you're looking at.
Right.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay. and yeah, I got that wrong. I thought I literally thought that the babies were in their like stomach or whatever, just because. All right. Next question.
Okay. So before I ask, do you know what army ants are?
Army ants, aren't those like red ants? Like they'll bite you and.
So they're predatory. They're very predatory ants. And so they have like these large colonies, and they're kind of known for their sort of aggressive hunting strategies. They'll sweep against the forest floor, attacking prey. And they have different castes, so like they have different purposes depending on what kind of ant they are in the colony. So my question is, army ants' predatory foraging groups are also known as blank. A, raids. B, invasions. C, parties. Or D, okay, I didn't know what to put for this one. D is Anthony.
Okay, all right.
I like to throw in a funny one.
Okay.
So they're called army ants. I'm between two.
Because of the canned raid, they have to have there has to be a reason why they call it raid. I'm gonna say raids.
I'm gonna say it's called an invasion.
So
They're an
raids
army.
would be correct.
Hey!
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's Indiana Jones where you see these. But yeah,
Oh, and
known
the
for
king.
their coordinated hunting behavior, army ants raids occur when hundreds or even thousands of ants leave their temporary nest in search of food. Working together, they sweep across the forest floor, hunting and scavenging for almost anything in their path.
Interesting. And that was just a guess. I didn't really know, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
Wait, so you're telling me Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, those ants that like carried the one Soviet guy into like their den, those were army ants?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say they could. I don't know. I'm not quite the expert. I don't think it's very likely that they're going to carry a person, but a rodent or a small amphibian like a frog,
Yeah.
they could take on. So
I'm gonna 3D print an Ant-Man for you. And
Yeah.
you can put it there and it's displayed in your office. Okay, what's the next question?
okay. Okay, cuttlefish have a blank-shaped brain, a pancake-shaped brain, B, waffle-shaped brain, C, pretzel-shaped brain, or D, a donut-shaped brain. This one's a little random.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna go flat.
Pancake?
Yeah, pancake.
It's gotta be a pancake, right?
You would both be wrong. It's donut.
Donut.
What?
No,
Yeah.
what?
Like a donut hole or like an actual
Yeah,
donut
like
with
it's
a
like
hole?
a circle with the hole in it. And so
Wow.
they have a donut-shaped brain and the largest brain-to-body ratio of all invertebrates. Like other cephalopods, so that's going to be octopus, squids, their brain is wrapped around the esophagus and supports advanced learning and memory. This unique setup helps make them some of the smartest invertebrates in the ocean.
All right.
So their brain's wrapped around their esophagus.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. I didn't know that.
Right.
Okay, you ready for the last one?
Last one, and then we gotta go to the time to shine.
Yeah. Okay, sorry if I'm
No,
going over.
you're good. I'm gonna be sorry that you're leaving because I've had fun with this. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so jellyfish are made of 95% A, jelly, B, fat, C, water, or D, protein.
Ooh. What do we think, dear listeners?
Well, I know
What do
it's
we
not
got?
jelly.
Grape jelly.
I know it's not jelly.
Have you seen SpongeBob? A lot of jelly comes out of it.
True.
Oh, water feels like too obvious because they.
Remember
they're
what I
just like-
told you, though. I'm not trying to trick anyone.
Oh, wait, I mean, can jelly is there like a way for jelly to occur just in nature, like without us?
Okay, so one of the answers is jelly. The other answer is water. What's some of the others?
B is fat and D is protein.
I'm gonna say D, protein.
I was gonna go with protein as well.
Yeah.
You know what though? I'm changing my answer. I'm gonna go with jelly. I'm gonna say they are filled.
Okay,
I
all
told
right.
you. Okay, it's water.
Oh
guys were-
wow!
That's why I was like, I'm not trying. Okay, yeah, water. It was the obvious one. So jellies. So they're since they're not fish, we call them jellies at Butterfly Pavilion. But they're made of 95% water and about 4 to 5% protein. So that's the rest of them.
Interesting.
Their high liquid content combined with their lack of bones and organs is what makes them so gelatinous and transparent.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I
it is.
don't.
Oh wow.
I don't know why I didn't just go with water. That made the most sense.
Well, because
Water.
humans were,
We're made of a lot.
yeah,
of
we're
water.
water too.
Yeah, we are. If somebody asked me that question, like, what are humans made? First thing I would say was bones, but yeah, we're made of water too. That's interesting.
We're the only thing separating us and jellyfish is the fact that we got bones. You know,
Yeah, that's true.
we could easily be in the same boat as them.
Yeah.
That's very true. Well, in some cultures, like people eat jellyfish and octopuses raw.
Yeah.
That's so sick, but yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I think they at least put soy
I've
sauce
never,
on there.
yeah, I've never had jellyfish, but
When jellyfish touch you, it stings you, don't it?
yeah, I mean, it does just depend on the species. So we have upside down jellyfish.
Right.
So basically, like what you would consider this kind of body of it, it rests on the ocean floor and they like pump upwards. And they don't have a very strong stinging. Like I have touched it and it kind of just itches your finger a little bit.
Oh.
What's your favorite type of jellyfish?
I like lion's mane jellyfish. I'm not a jellyfish expert.
Well, I was getting ready to ask, like, how many jellyfish are there? I'm stupid when it comes to insects. I guess I didn't know.
I might butcher the name, but there's a bloody belly ocean jelly. That's what I like them as well.
Wow, that one sounds intense. What type of animal are jellyfish technically? What species class do they fall into?
We might have stumped her.
I'm good at the like common names.
Yeah.
As soon as it's funny because like the scientists at my work will be like, "Oh, what is this?" And they'll say what sounds like gibberish, and I'm like, "Okay, well, what's like the common name?" And they'll be like, "Oh, it's an upside down jelly."
A lot of those scientific names are like a lot of like Latin, right? Or they take a lot from like Latin words, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pig Latin. I know Pig Latin. All right, well, I hate to end this segment, but she has to go to work. Somebody has to work around here. So it is that time. It is your time to shine.
Yeah, I mean, wait, do I talk?
So maybe it might not have asked you for the right question and set you up the right answer. This is the time that you talk about whatever you would like to. Next 2 minutes is your time to shine.
Yeah, I mean, I would encourage anyone to visit Butterfly Pavilion. Our website is butterflies.org. You can just come in on a regular day and kind of experience our animals. You can also book the behind the web experience that we talked about.
Okay.
And so that's going to be Thursday to Sundays at 9:15 a.m. We also have some cool programs that your listeners might be interested in. So we have family yoga next week on August 12th. We have adults only evening. So if you're trying to maybe have a night without kids, that's a good one. We have the sensory friendly afternoons every month. We have Grandparents' Day in September, and we have a family movie night coming up, which should be super fun. I mean, if you're not visiting, I think like one takeaway from this is just to next time you step outside, just kind of take in the world around you and see like what you notice and try to find the coolness in bugs. I mean, a lot of them, they aren't going to hurt you, and there's a lot we can learn from them. I mean, they're misunderstood, they're often underappreciated, they might not be fluffy and cuddly, but it's cool like to connect with nature. So that would kind of be my takeaway. Again, it's butterflies.org if you want to learn more.
All right. Well, thank you for coming in, and thank you for being a part of the show. I hope that me and you will continue talking behind the scenes, and you'll come in here, and maybe we'll get you started doing a podcast, you know?
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. All right, well, everybody, it is that time. She's going, and we are going to go to the tribute to the troops. So whatever you do, stay with us. Don't go away. When we come back, it's going to be, I don't know if it's going to be Factor Cap or if it's going to be Final Thoughts. Stay with us, and you will find out. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the H-Train Show. Stay with us.
Detail attention.
First call. The service member's name is called out loud in the context of a unit. This is meant to ensure all are present and accounted for. Second call. The name is called out again, louder, to confirm that the service member is indeed absent. Third call. The name is called out for a final time, followed by a statement indicating that the service member is not present and accounted for, signifying their death. The final roll call serves as a symbolic gesture to respect and remember their service.
Sir, I don't know how to tell the story.
Well, you got to, Joe. You tell these people what you're going to do here. You tell them how my troopers died.
Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in to MBR today as we pay tribute to Army National Guard Specialist Mackenzie L. Shea, age 20, of Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Mackenzie was born on February 18, 2002 in Newcastle to Gary A. and Tina Lee Shea Jr. Mackenzie was a graduate of Mohawk High School and joined the Pennsylvania Army National Guard at age 17, serving with G Company 128th Brigade Support Battalion as a 92 Fox Army Petroleum Supply Specialist and held the rank of Specialist. Mackenzie passed away during a military training accident on Saturday evening, October 22, 2022 at Fort Indian South Gap, Pennsylvania. Mackenzie was driving an M1120 flat rack truck that was collecting spent ammunition casings on the live fire range. She was following another flat rack truck when her truck rear-ended the truck in front of her. The cab of Shea's vehicle was crushed from the flat rack of the first truck. Shea was extricated from the vehicle by soldiers in her unit, but was pronounced dead at the scene. 3 other service members were treated and released from Hershey Medical Center. Outside of her military service, she worked as a safety manager for Gray Construction, and she was a junior at Slippery Rock University, majoring in safety management. Mac, as she was known to her friends, enjoyed working out, walking her dog, traveling, and spending time with friends. Mackenzie is survived by her parents, her brother, a sister, extended family, and her brothers and sisters in arms. We here at NDR would like to thank you, Specialist Mackenzie L. Shea, for your service and dedication to our country. You leave a legacy of love and courage, and our prayers are with your family, friends, and those who served alongside you. You are truly missed.
Bell detail, 10-10, ready.
Signed up to fight for freedom. What a price you had to pay. Picture in her helmet, missing family every day. Your Lady Liberty dressed like G.I. Jane. Some scars we'll never see. She will never be the same. She's a mother, she's a daughter, she's a sister and a friend, standing tall in that uniform until the very end. When Uncle Sam called, she signed that line to serve, 'cause you can't spell hero without her. On that old dusty base with the meadows that shine, she's been to hell and back for the stars and the stripes. Your Lady Liberty, dressed like G.I. Jane, and some scars we'll never see, and she will never be the same. She's a mother, she's a daughter, she's a sister and a friend, standing tall in that uniform until the very end. When Uncle Sam called, she signed that line to serve, 'cause you can't spell hero without her. Yeah, yes. For the ones that didn't make it, we will pause and then we cry. We can still see their smile in every sunrise. She's a mother, she's a daughter, she's a sister and a friend, standing tall in that uniform until the very end. When Uncle Sam called, she signed that line to serve, 'cause you can't spell hero without her. 'Cause you can't spell hero without her.
They thank me for my service, they shake my hand and smile. They say you made it home now, but they don't see the miles. And they don't hear the silence when the world goes to sleep, or see the ghost beside me in the memories I keep. I still see dusty highways, hear the rotor blades above, still see the folded flag handed to the ones they loved. And every single Memorial Day feels like I'm there again, standing in the middle of goodbye, losing brothers, losing friends. 'Cause I never really came back home. Part of me got left behind, with the names carved into stone and the tears that families hide. Everybody says I survived, like somehow I should feel whole, but every day I carry them deep within my soul. I made it back breathing, but I lost so much alone. The truth is, after war, I never really came back home. For some it's just a holiday, a barbecue a day away, but for those who wore the uniform, the hurt never fades away. It's birthdays they'll never celebrate, kids growing up without their dad, mothers holding pictures close, trying not to break too bad. And I asked God why I made it, why my sea was still filled, why I got another sunrise while my brothers never will. There ain't a medal for the guilt, no parade can heal the pain. You just learn to keep on breathing while it pours like endless rain. I never really came back home. Part of me got left behind, with the names carved into stone and the tears that families hide. Everybody says I survived,
quiet. Please don't think I don't care. I'm just talking to the memories of the ones no longer there. And every laugh, every freedom, every flag that waves today was paid for by the broken hearts of the ones who couldn't stay. No, I never really came back home, though my boots touch American soil. Part of me stayed on that battlefield, in the smoke and fear and turmoil. So this Memorial Day, remember, freedom came with heavy cost, and some of us are still searching for the pieces that were lost. I'm still here fighting battles that the world may never know, 'cause the day I came home alive was the day I lost my home.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Hey, thanks for supporting our channel by watching and listening.
All right, and we are back, ladies and gentlemen. It is August 7, 2026. Hannah kind of had to get back to work, but we're still here. Amber, we gave her the day off, so we won't be doing Fact or Cap, but HG has some breaking news. So, HG, hit it.
All right. Well, it's nothing crazy, but our very own Miles, the mascot, has been inducted into the Mascot Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Let's go, Miles.
Right?
The Denver Broncos longtime mascot became a staple of the franchise in 2001. Is inducted into the 2026 Mascot Hall of Fame class. Well, I know, thunderous applause, everybody.
Well, the Denver Nuggets mascot,
Rocky.
You telling me that? Well, Rocky has to be in the Hall of Fame, right? I mean, for Miles to make it before Rocky, that has to be political.
I don't know. Rocky might be a little younger than Miles too. So I don't know if there's a threshold there.
Actually, on the back computer, check and see if it lists a name of, like, the Hall of Fame like mascots. I would be curious to see how many mascots is on that list. I didn't even know that they had a Hall of Fame mascot. Did you?
No, I'm just learning about this as well.
Okay.
I'm going to the Mascot Hall of Fame .com. So
Okay.
Yeah, so the BYU Cougar, I forget his name. He's in the new class. Mrs. Met.
Okay.
The Gamecock mascot for South Carolina.
Okay.
And then Minnesota's Gopher from the Golden Gophers.
Okay.
So we want to see. I'm on their website. Let's see.
Yeah, I would like to see if Rocky made it before Miles. Because, like, for those that aren't familiar with, like, Denver sports or Colorado sports, Rocky is he's an amazing mascot for the Denver Nuggets. He does trick shots. He does, like, one-handed basketball, like, throws and makes it. He does it on a pretty consistent level when you go to the games. He's quite he's quite entertaining, comical. If
Rocky is in the Hall of Fame. He was the class of 2008.
Okay.
He's been in there for a while.
Okay.
I
was gonna say, because the original Rocky mascot, from what I've been told, and you can confirm on the back computer, but Rocky the mascot, like, he made like $110 or $120,000 a year. Like he really got paid. He was really, really good. In fact, I think the new mascots that they got, it took them months to replace him with another mascot. And, believe it or not, 96%, and I didn't know this, 90% of mascots are women. In fact, when a college, in colleges, when the mascot graduates, they make a huge deal out of it because evidently people don't know that you're the mascot, and 96% of it is women. Not all mascots are women, but a huge part of them. And I think the reason why is because women tend to be a little bit more lovable when it comes to kids and people compared to guys. And man, I tell you what, it is hot in that mascot suit. I was a tiger mascot when I was in high school, so I know a lot about the the mascot, the mascot rules kind of thing. You're never supposed to take your head off, or I always took my head off for the national anthem. Probably shouldn't have, but I always did, and it was a lot of fun, man. It was a lot of fun until I think it was my senior year. It was like next to last game, and I used to take my school flag and like run it up and down, kind of like Purdue Pete mascot. And
who is in the Hall of Fame, by the way.
And I ran into one of the basketball players. That was kind of embarrassing, but yeah. It was embarrassing.
Dude, so this is shocking. Apparently Toro made it before Miles. Who do you think Toro's the mascot for? Anybody know?
Toro?
Toro. He's a bull.
Bring It On movie? Bring It On?
No.
Oh.
He's a mascot, but for what team? He's a bull.
Well, what team has a toro as a mascot?
The Houston Texans.
The Houston Texans.
He made it before Miles. That seems crazy to me because I feel like Miles is more well known.
Right.
In terms of football mascots, at least, like maybe it's just biased because I'm a Broncos fan. But I mean, who are some of the great football mascots? I mean, one that makes sense. We have Blue from the Colts.
Oh yeah,
Blue's iconic.
Oh yeah.
So it makes sense that Blue's in here. Let's see, who else do we have? Jackson DeVille, the Jags mascot. He's pretty funny. He's pretty recognizable, so that one's not too crazy.
I know the Raiders got a new mascot. Like what was it, 2-3 years ago? It's like a little.
Dude, the Kansas City Wolf, the KC Wolf. He's been in the Hall of Fame since 2006.
Kansas City, not Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, the Kansas City Chiefs mascot has been in the Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, that is right. He is a wolf, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Blitz from the Seahawks.
Yeah.
I don't know if people know Blitz. That one, I guess. Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, Toro, the KC Wolf. I didn't think people knew the KC Wolf like that, but I guess they do.
I thought the case.
Oh, you never guess what South Carolina's mascot.
I didn't even think he was a wolf. I thought he was Chuck E. Cheese, to be honest with you.
What do you think South Carolina's mascot's name is? Take a guess.
Heel.
No.
Oh.
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
You're thinking of the Tar Heels. That's South Carolina.
I don't know.
It's Cocky.
Is that the Gamecocks, Cocky?
Yeah. South Carolina Gamecocks.
Is it like a rooster?
Yeah, it looks like a rooster.
I love it. All right. It's that time, everybody. Let's see. Final thoughts.
Oh, hold on. I gotta scroll down. Look at that mascot. All right, final thoughts.
Project ML, gratitude. Our mission is simple: to give motorcycles to veterans who need the kind of peace and freedom that only a ride can give. We sponsor charity events and rides to generate donations and fund the acquisition of some bikes, while direct bike donations make up the rest. We seek to provide a little motorcycle healing to capable vets.
All right, and ladies and gentlemen, don't forget that if you yourself have a veteran, or you yourself are a veteran, and you would like to try your bid on getting a motorcycle, Google ML Project Gratitude, and they will set you up with a motorcycle sooner enough. I believe they're at like number 32 motorcycles that they've been giving away since the last 6 years, since 2018. And well, Hannah Conda isn't here to tell us what she learned. Probably her biggest thing was she learned that, this was internet radio and it wasn't like the decimal radio. What did you learn today, HG?
Oh man, a lot of stuff. I think the biggest thing, this just blew my mind, that like most cephalopods, that their brain wraps around their esophagus. That was crazy. Just a lot about insects and invertebrates in general. Hannah was just a wealth of knowledge, so that was really cool, just talking about that. And also I just think that made me realize just that, or reinforce the healing power of nature.
Right.
And like, yeah, if you, especially for like our vets that might be struggling with PTSD, like getting involved with volunteering for a zoo or anything like this, like an animal rescue, just something that like connecting with nature can be really, really healing.
Yeah, the biggest thing that I learned today was insects have personalities. Like, I mean, you would think that's common knowledge, but like I before I stomp on a spider, I'm gonna think twice now, because they have personalities. So, well, everybody, it is that time. Before we go, it is Beaker's safety briefing.
Stay smart, stay safe, be legendary. Know before you go. Don't drink and drive, and don't drive distracted.
Yes, everybody, we want you to come back next Friday. Next Friday, we are going to be interviewing one of our own. Her husband has a photography business, Ozzy Gonzalez's Photography. They are in the Pennsylvania area, and they're looking for new clients. So if you want to have your pictures professionally done at an affordable price, reach out to them, and I'm sure that they can set you up with everything. Everybody, I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I hope you enjoyed today's show. If you didn't like today's show, write me, talk to me. I'll try to fix it. With that being said, everybody here at Military Broadcast Radio, happy Red Friday. Have a great weekend. And once again, we're all here for you, not for us. We all said, giving veterans a voice. Thank you, everybody. See you guys next Friday.
Hi, I'm Beaker with Military Broadcast Radio TV. We're your virtual MWR, bringing veterans radio, podcasts, gaming, animation, 3D printing, and a community that never leaves you behind. Download our Roku or mobile app today.
Wisdom to share if you listen this week, so pull up a chair and stay for a spell. We're heading down a trail where good stories dwell.